Hey, happy day 22. Let's do a neck care practice together. I'm going to sit in virasana. You're welcome to sit in a chair if that is better for you. There'll be some hip moves, but I think they'll be fine from a chair as well. So I'm going to sit on top of a yoga block. It's nice to have it widthways underneath your sitting bones, and you pull the outer calf back and out so it's a little bit out and away from the knee. Generally, just feels better, feels more comfortable. And just take a moment to have a nice broad seat so you could rock side to side whether you're seated on a block or a chair. And then from there, grow tall through your spine. And take your hands maybe to your waist, below your rib cage here. And just take a couple of breaths into the touch of your hands, maybe especially your thumbs. And seeing if you can start to really expand into the touch of your hands using your breathing. And for me, it's taking a little effort to not just have it be all lift in the chest, but to feel it lower into my torso. So just taking the time to feel that. Good. Okay, let's do a little stretch on the front of the throat. So you'll take both hands to the side of your chest and then tip away from your hands and lift your chin a little bit up. So tipping to the side and up at a diagonal, feeling that stretch along the front side of your throat. And just go to a place that you can breathe. Option to make this a little bit more intense by jutting your bottom chin, your bottom teeth, your chin forward like that. And then you can release that and come back to center. So that just contracts this lengthening tissue here. And then second side, holding right under the collarbone, tipping away from your hands. Ooh, this side is tighter on me. The two sides can definitely be different depending on what we've been up to. And then lifting your gaze slightly. Option to jet the chin a little bit forward. And we're never pushing into pain here. Going to a place that feels very breathable, especially with the neck. You want to be extra slow, steady, and gentle. Okay, and then back to center. So we're never wanting to push into a pinching feeling on the closing ankle side of the stretch. Okay, from here, let's take a little stretch. So I'm tipping to the right, lifting my left ear up towards the ceiling. Right hand lands like a feather on my head. And then the bottom hand can kind of reach towards the floor. And then it can feel good to shrug the left shoulder up and then reach it down. Shrug it up and reach it down. And then holding the fingertips towards the floor, stabilize the abdominal wall and gently pressure your head into your hands. So if my hand wasn't blocking me, the head would lift back up to center. And stay for another breath. And then relax that pressuring, let the hand slide off and your head come back to center. Okay, and then we'll do the second side, tipping to the left, lifting your right ear up to the ceiling, balancing front and back body through the torso, and then left hand lands like a feather on your head. And then you can shrug and your shoulder up towards your ear, your right shoulder, and back down, doing that one or two more times. And then right hand staying on the floor, you can gently start to pressure your head into your hands. So if your head wasn't blocking, you would lift your head back to center. Less is more again. And then relaxing that effort, let your hand slide off and your head bobble back to center. Good. Okay, so we kind of contracted the lengthening side. Now we'll work a little bit with some resistance. So let's go back to the left. Left hand has the block and you take the block against your head, sit tall, and then slowly tip your head into the block, starting at C1, C2 and working your way down your spine and then back up again. And you're just kind of resisting into the block to take the side bend And, you know, I'm barely pushing the block, but it's just giving me a little bit of contraction on the shortening side of the neck here. A little extra strengthening and keeping the back of the neck feeling long, maybe a little bit of that double chin feeling as you go to the side. Good. Okay, from here we're going to lean a little forward and come up. Let me come into an angle so you can see. And then I'm going to see if I can rock my hips to one side. My arm can reach out just to kind of counterbalance and rock to the other side. So you can just go side to side. You could feel this from like a Utkatasana chair pose if you were seated in a chair at this point. Let's do 2 more. So stability of the neck, stability of the hips, and mobility go together. Okay, release, take a little bobble, and then we'll come and take our second side. Always pause, make adjustments if you need. Okay, if you need to take a little break for your knees, and then we'll take the block to the right side of your head and grow tall and feel that little bit of resistance of block and head already just helps you get a little bit of lift. And then from here, starting at C1, you start to tip into the block and work your way down your neck and back up again. At the top, a little bit of a double chin, and then side bending, working your way down. And we'll just go a couple rounds, seeing if you can articulate between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back up again. Good. Let's do one more after this. Good. Okay. And then the left arm can reach forward. We're tipping a little bit forward and hovering up off the block, and then rocking the hips side to side. The arm can kind of reach out and counterbalance, and you're just seeing how far back can I reach my hips back into the right and back into the left. And we're just kind of hovering in space as we do this. My gaze is out on the floor in front of me, and the block is helping me to stabilize my neck. Good. Maybe one more round. Ugh, good. Okay. And then we'll release and set the block down, take a little bobble, whatever you need. And then let's come into hands and knees, and we'll come to downward dog. So you can move that block and lift into your upper back and just take a little organic wiggle. So I'm circling my spine like a big jump rope, and then back again. And stretching the legs out. You can do one and then the other, and then we'll come up for downward dog. So strong fingertips, reaching the hips up and back. From here, can you tuck your chin in towards your throat and let the back of your neck lengthen, and just maybe give your head a little sway, whatever would help you to notice if there's any residual tension that you could let go of that you don't need here. Good. Okay, and then let's come back down and sit in virasana one more time, or on your chair one more time. Pulling the calves out from the back of the knees. Let me get my glasses. And then you'll grab your block again, and we'll go back to the left, and here work on some rotation. So block against the side of your head, grow tall, and the right arm reaches forward. And then this is going to be rotation of the thoracic spine while your cervical spine stays still. From here, your right arm reaches forward as you twist and rotate to the left. You're trying to point your elbow back behind you, and then de-rotate. And do that a couple more times. Double chin, little resistance against the block, reaching forward as you rotate back. Good. 2 more. How far can you twist? And then back to center, and we'll switch. Left arm reaching forward, block against the right side of your head, and we twist to the right. Elbow reaches back, hands reach forward. And then we'll go a couple more rounds. Give yourself a little bit of a double chin, back of the neck long, smooth breathing. Pelvis is balanced on your surface you are sitting on between the front and the back body. Let's do one more twist here. Good. Okay. And then we'll release. From here, we'll come forward and sit. We'll use the block one more time. With your feet on the mat, and keep your block against your forehead. Other hand can reach forward. Tuck your chin in towards your throat and round down and back up. And do that just a few more times. Rounding down and back up. One more time. And back up. Good. Switch hands, and then we'll paint a circle. So you're going to tuck your chin and round down. Rotate to the side and up. Staying pain-free, keep the back of your neck long, and around and down. And then switch and paint the circle to the other direction. And around and down. Good. Okay, let's see if we can do this. We'll switch back to the first hand, have some space to lay behind you. Reaching forward, tuck your chin in towards your chest, and start to round back through your spine. Being really gentle as you lay all the way down. And then you can switch hands, tuck your chin in towards your chest. You can skip the block work if you need to for this one. Rounding back and even lifting the gaze a little bit. Okay. Good. So it can be hard to strengthen the anterior neck, right? It can, this can be a nice work to do from upright, and then we start to intensify it when we add gravity. Let's just do one circle for the neck now. So coming to a comfortable seat. You can even sit on cross-legged, sit on your height. And we did that circle with the block, but now we'll do it without the block. And just notice how it feels. Okay, we'll go just one time in each direction. So tucking your chin in towards your throat and down towards your chest. And then trace your chin across your collarbone to the left. And then side bend to the left, so right ear is looking up at the ceiling. And then as you go to a back bend through center, keep the back of your neck long, side bending to the right. And then turn your chin to the right. So you're kind of trying to turn your chin out towards the outer edge of your collarbone, and then across your breastbone and back up. Let's do it once the other direction now. So chin in towards throat, opening up C1, C2, and down towards your chest. And then rotating to the right, side bend to the right. And then back bending through center, back of the neck is happy and long, as if you're trying to kind of lift your forehead up to the ceiling. And side bending left, rotating to the left. Chin in towards the collarbone and across and back through center. Lovely. Okay, let's do one more downward dog to feel long through the back of the neck. Just getting a little extra length here. So you can move your props out to the side. With your hips a little rock back, spread your fingertips out and weight the pads of the fingertips heavy. And then tuck your toes, tuck your chin in towards your throat, and then again, getting rid of any excess tension that you don't need. You can kind of sway your head side to side. And just taking a couple breaths here. Good. And then coming one more time to a comfortable seat and just take a couple breaths. Feel your sides of your neck nice and long, and your head maybe kind of feels a little bit buoyant, tracking right on over your shoulders, I'm hoping. All right, thanks so much for practicing with me. Namaste.